Kris Edwards on Cage Warriors 104. Josh, you looking forward to this one, mate?
Same as every other one. Bit of a more experienced opponent this time though. He's been around a while, hasn't he? He's 12 wins, 11 defeats, so he's a bit more experienced. Looking forward to it, to be honest.
Last time out, obviously, it didn't go your way against Steve Aimable. What did you sort of learn from that, or what did you take away from the fight?
Punch and a half, can't I? I learned that. I know there's a few things. It was quite a good performance. I think there was a lot to take from it, and I learned a lot from it. But mainly the things like to learn is keep my hands up. For one, would be good advice, and just work a bit more on my fitness and my all-round game. Like I don't have a strength and conditioning coach. I've never ever done strength and conditioning in my life. Just quite lazy in that aspect of martial arts. I've never done strength and conditioning. It's never bothered it. Whereas this fight camp, I've gone strength and conditioning coach and a nutritionist behind us, and Premier Nutrition as well.
So what was your sort of decision behind that and getting these 3 new people on board? Well, Premier Nutrition you had, but the other 2.
I'm 21, and like I've got to grow. I've got to do it right. Like I'm just not doing it right in my own time. So if get a good strength and conditioning coach on board and a good nutritionist, I'm laughing really at that.
But look at the rest of the division as well. I know it just got announced today that Dean Trueman is fighting Soren back to unify your weight division. How do you see that one going?
Soren back, probably first or second round. Probably.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. When did you say it like when I'm in the interview going, my coach has got his balls out over there, but I can't do that.
Say that.
No, I can't say that.
The last time as well, mate, I was down, we were on about looking at the Cage Warriors Newcastle card. Do you still think that should definitely be a possibility with the sort of...
I do, but it doesn't seem like they're doing it. If they look at Bellator and see how well Bellator did, like surely that's going to make them want to put a show on. But then they've got more fighters up in London and stuff like that, so London's probably a better card for them. But I think we'd still sell the arena, right? Like all the North East lads still think they'd do it.
And if we go back to your fight, where do you see this one with Edwards sort of going? Do you see it staying on his feet, do you see him taking it down? And what do you make of him as a fighter?
Do you know what it is? I'm not even going to make no prediction because, excuse me language here, I'm shitter than me. I always say something it's never ever right. So I'm just going to like hope for the best, really. I do think he's got a hole in he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so jiu-jitsu is obviously a good level, but I do see a hole in his stand-up. He's very heavy on his feet, which I'm happy for it to go anyway. If he wants to take me down, we'll roll. I'm going to try. I've worked a lot on wrestling outside. I was meant to fight Cage Warriors Liverpool against Andrew Lofthouse, who was a striker. So I just practiced. I did a full fight camp for that wrestling. Before I got injured, I ended up injuring my arm for that fight. So I did a full camp wrestling, and I just carried on wrestling after I had a few weeks off to healed up, came back and wrestled even more. And just wrestling's always been my weakness. Like I've never ever been a strong wrestler. In the gym I can wrestle. I get in a fight and I just think, pull guard. Typical jiu-jitsu guy. I love jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bother me fighting off my back until 2 rounds down. And I think, I'm losing here because I've been on my back.
And of course it will be result dependent, but if you do come away with the win, where do you see the rest of your 2019 going? How active do you want to be?
I spoke to Ian Dean at the start of the year. I said to him, keep me as active as possible. So as soon as this fight's over, keep me another one. Because I'm quite... so I'm fatty, like a fatty outside of fight camp. I eat constantly. I eat out constantly. I go up to like 84. I come from 84 sometimes to 65. It's just not healthy for the body, do you know what I mean? So I said to Ian Dean, keep me as active as possible. Keep straight away, like as soon as this fight's over, if touch wood I don't get injured, I can go again, and I'll go again straight away.
I know as well the last time we spoke you were thinking about moving down to 61, down to bantamweight. Is that still a possibility?
It depends. It depends how heavy I go after my fight. I like a cheeky kebab, and pizza, and everything else that goes along with it.
I know as well, Josh, finally you've got a lot of support in the North East, so you got any sponsors, anybody that you want to shout out?
I'm going to be really cheeky here and I'm going to do this off my phone, right, because I've got quite a few and I don't want to forget anyone. So we've got Hard Life Fightwear, new range, new Hard Life range. These are Hard Life as well, I don't know if you can see them on your camera, but these aren't even out yet, so when these get released, you want to get yourself a pair. The comfiest ones I've trained in. Catherine from my sports massager, she's awesome. Mickey Denovan at AGA Commercial Cleaning, he's the man, he's really good. We Switching Guys and Dolls, Davey Baker, awesome. John Clark, he's a big shout out to Johnny, he gives me everything I need, he looks after me outside of fight camp as well. He's got desserts delivered and old John Clark's calf, which is doing really well if it's on top down. Premier Nutrition have just started with me, we've always been talked about. I was sponsored by Raw with it before, and unfortunately, we parted ways with Raw with it. So Premier Nutrition's the better option for me anyway. Lebellian Boutique. They do my eyebrows. I've not had them done lately, but they normally do them, and I normally look quite good looking. But the head hut, stopping us looking a bit homeless. I look fresh. Sean Matthews and Amp. Sean Matthews is my jiu-jitsu coach. Man's a genius, like, and Amp's Amp. Like, I always shout out Amp in every interview, so everyone knows who he is. If you follow me, you know who he is. Amber's Law as well. It's cervical cancer. Amber died of it. He sponsored me. I spoke to Darren. I didn't want to take anything off him for sponsorship, but I wanted to do it to be a good person, because cancer's a horrible thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? No one deserves it. And Shade's a great tattoo studio as well. He's done me full on, and he's the absolute man. And last but not least, Trojan Sport. Big John Marshall. They've just opened a shop in Eldon Square, unit number 10, I think, in Eldon Gardens. So pop down to that. Well worth having a look down there.
Yeah, I'd also like to shout out Save Me Day Life.
Bam. I left you for that one because it was sponsored.
Yeah, thank you for the continued support. Use Fighting Talk 15 for 15% off. Josh, thank you very much for your time, mate.
My man.